Thanks.
All right, going live now.
Hi everyone, and thanks for joining our online open event for performing arts. The session will begin in just a couple of minutes. Hi everyone, and thanks for joining our online open event for performing arts. Tonight we're joined by tutors Rebecca and Kerry and some of our current students who study on the HNC performing arts courses. We've got Emma from acting, Alex from musical theatre and Erin from dance. If you've got any questions you'd like to ask, please put them in the Q&A box to the right hand side of your screen throughout the event, and our team will answer them at the end of the session. So Rebecca and Kerry, over to you.
Hi everybody, thank you for joining us. So we're here to talk you through a basic overview of the course, both acting and, sorry I don't know if you can see me. It's really tricky trying to do this and trying to social distance at the same time, but you know, there you go, those are the things that we're dealing with at the moment. Yeah, so I'm the course lead for the acting course and Rebecca is the course lead for the MT musical theatre and dance course. So we're just going to give you a bit of an overview, but we're going to watch some video content from all three courses as well.
I think the first video we're going to see is from acting.
Yeah, so it's, yeah.
I'm unseen in the open. I'm concealed in your town.
I'm veiled by your fears.
I'm hidden by your frown. To change the way you view me.
You've got to see right through.
Recognize the soul is just another part of you.
1 in 2.
Recognize this soul.
Taste the poverty.
Feed my soul.
Set my spirits free.
Give me hope. Compassion. Dignity.
Hold me close.
Set my spirits free.
So that was a video that we compiled as part of the show that we do, which is a devised theatre and performance show. It's multimedia, so as you can see, there's elements of physical theatre in there. There's always a filmed section in there. We've used the technique there, the stop motion technique, where, I mean, this guy had to stand in Piccadilly Gardens in Manchester for half an hour while everybody walked around him. And we always do stuff where we take people out and we kind of get them to do sort of what you call method acting as part of that as well. So this was all about homelessness, as you can probably gather. So that's one of the units that you will do, and it's immersive and physical theatre, theatre of cruelty, and multimedia. So it teaches you a variety of different things, not only how to create character from verbatim and from research, but also how to put together a piece of theatre and produce a piece of theatre. So it's teaching you not only acting skills, but also employability skills if you go out and you want to create your own work when you go into industry. The other things that we do is Acting 1, where we will look predominantly at naturalism and Stanislavski, and you may think that you've done Stanislavski before, but you have not done it in the amount of detail that you will do it on this course. And as Emma, the lovely Emma, who was the acting student, said, that she's in such a short space of time, in only 6 weeks that we've been here, she's already learned so much more about Stanislavski than she ever knew before. That's because we're fabulous. You will also do movement for actors, and you will work that into both your shows. You've got a show in either December or January, which is your devised theatre show, and then you've got an end of year show in one of our theatre spaces, professional theatre spaces that we have here. And your movement work and your voice work will all feed into that. Your Acting 1, where you've learnt about naturalism, will feed into that as well. You will also do film and TV, where you will look at creating show reels and learning how to act for that specific genre. You will then also do your core units, which are performing arts industry and professional development. That's all about everything you need to know in terms of being an artist in this ever-changing industry. So self-tape, self-promotion, networking, risk assessment, the kind of logistics of how to put on a piece of theatre, legislation, so things like the Me Too movement and the Agenda for Change from Equity, Spotlight, marketing, headshots. We all the HNC do that as well, so that's why Rebecca's chipping in. So there's 8 units in total across the course of the year. It's very intense, it's very there's lots of detail. There's scene study in there. You do contemporary scene study, you do classical scene study, and there's also audition technique, because the aim is to get you ready either to go on to the next step of drama school or to progress into industry. So audition technique is looked at as well right from the very beginning when you start in September. So that's a real kind of quick overview of the acting course. I'm going to now hand you over to the fabulous Rebecca.
Hello, so I'm going to talk to you about dance and MT. So I think we've got a quick video clip to show you to start off. Okay, so that was a clip. I think the video's kind of stopped there, yeah. So from there you can see that we really work on building technique. The year really focuses on building technique and those skills developments, as well as confidence, which has just come up there. Yeah, sometimes we're not quite confident enough that we need to build that ready for our auditions so that we can progress. The same as the acting, we do 8 units. So on dance, we have the 2 core units. So unit 1, the same as the actors, which looks at the industry and legislations and risk assessments, all the exciting stuff. Then we have unit 2, which looks at a skills development. So where you analyse yourself and what areas need to be developed, and then you'll work throughout the year on developing particular skills in order to improve yourself. Then we do, so that's both on dance and MT, we do both of those. Then we study ballet, classical ballet we do, and you'll do RAD and Cecchetti. You do that in ballet, in dance and in MT. So we streamline our classes, and MT and dance will work together. So depending on your ability, you'll be put in that class so that you can work at your level. You then have jazz, both dance and MT again. They're streamed and they work together. So you'll have a technique jazz, which works towards your assessment. Then dancers, you have an extra free jazz by yourselves. And then you have dance for musical theatre. So looking at different styles of jazz that you use within your musical theatre. I think today they've been doing prop dancing. So I'm working with props and realising how difficult that sometimes can be. Then you do, so in dance you do contemporary. You look at Graham, Cunningham, Limon technique and release. Then you do commercial with our lovely Berta, who teaches our commercial. At the moment they're working on heels. So they're working out how heels and working on a piece for the Christmas performance. Then you also do choreography. So in choreography, you'll work on a group piece together. Then they'll work on solos, ready for auditions. And then they devise a group piece for other people. So building those choreography skills, whether you're going to work as a choreographer, if you're going to have your own school one day, then you'll need to develop those skills for that. MT, you do acting, the acting one, same as the actors, and then you do singing one, looking at all the anatomy of the voice and all this technique and stuff there. Then you do vocal repertoire, so you're learning different songs. I think it's seven songs that they have to have within their own repertoire. So they're currently trying to work songs they like isn't always what the singing teachers think's best for them. So that's quite interesting. And then you do jazz, dance for musical theatre, and ballet, and tap. Sorry, I've missed tap. So tap the same, that's streamed, and that's both dance and MT together as well. Yeah, currently we're working on their Christmas show. So their Christmas show is, we've created pieces that are going to be filmed. So we're creating pieces for the camera, which is quite exciting and interesting because it's the first time these guys have done this, because normally it's in the theatre. So we're just trying to do things differently. So that should be fun, which we're streaming in December. So hopefully you might get to see that as well. And then they will work on the MTs, will work on they've got a concert, hopefully, in March. So a concert which is all about the vocal skills. And then at the end of April, they'll have dance and MT will have a combined show, a variety show. And that's dance and MT. So I think we're going to move on to our students.
Can you help a bit? Try and do the distance at the same time. Hi, so I'm Erin and I'm from the dance course.
I'm Alex and I'm on MT.
I'm Emma and I'm on the acting course.
So I think we're just here to basically give a student perspective on the course. So for dance, I'd say the first year for me has been really beneficial that I'm on this first year course, because I hadn't done any professional training beforehand because I went to sixth form. So this year is really prepping me for the basically industry, because it is high intensity, but it's really beneficial because you're working on all these different techniques, obviously, and developing your strengths and your weaknesses as well, which is really good. So you, as Becca was saying, you do ballet, jazz, tap, contemporary, and commercial and choreography. So you do fit a lot in a week. But it's all, you're using different things in each lesson as well, which is good. So my strengths before this was commercial, so I obviously enjoy that lesson more than any other. But I am starting to really appreciate things like ballet and jazz as well, and developing slowly but surely them techniques to then hopefully move on to maybe audition at the end of the year to then go on to a degree 3-year course. So this year's really beneficial for me because it's basically prepping me for that, or maybe going into the world of work, depending on where I'm up to. But yeah, it is really, really good for anyone that is maybe a bit unsure about going straight into a degree course, because it does really gives you the base level of technique in all styles that you need. You do need to be an all-rounder in this field, obviously, to stand out with any job or profession. So yeah.
Right. I've obviously come onto the MT course to do a 1-year course. Not specifically because I didn't get into places, but more because I wanted to just build up my technique and just get better and more comfortable, even when performing, but also at auditions. And ever since I've come, literally from the get-go, I've just felt more and more confident, more and more comfortable when I'm performing in front of people that I might have only known for a couple of weeks, or people that I've never met before. So like when we first had our lessons and we were together doing MT Jazz, we didn't know who anybody was. But the one thing that was really nice was everyone sort of, especially by the teachers as well, everyone's brought together to basically get to know each other, and there's like no judgment at all. So you could be amazing in acting and you're so strong in that, but in dance you're getting the same amount of support because everyone needs it all the way around. It doesn't matter if you're amazing in one thing, you still need the same support all the way around. But also just like coming here and being right in the centre of Manchester is brilliant, because there's so many different opportunities to go to extra courses. Like, I mean, we've not been here that long, but I'm looking at going and seeing about acro courses and circus things and stuff like that, which for me, as mainly a singer, is a lot different to what I would have gone for. So it's good to, this course really gets yourself out there and gets you to try and complete new things. I think that's just from the personal communication between you and the teacher, and all of the different tutors are amazing. Like, you can ask them anything and they won't be fazed by it, because they're going to just take it on board. They're going to help you with whatever they think's best. But yeah.
For me on the acting course, I think it's because the goal for me is to get onto a BA at drama school. I think it's really helpful in terms of like prepping you for auditions, putting that like groundwork in terms of understanding techniques like Stanislavski, a bit of Uta Hagen, and then kind of combining those skills that you're learning in lessons and then applying them to your monologues, or even stuff like in scene studies. We're able to apply the same techniques, and it's great to kind of like develop you as an actor, kind of doing loads of different things and all kind of merging into one as well. And I think a thing for me that I like love about the course is how passionate the teachers are. Like the other guys mentioned, like Kerry and Ted are just so like kind of their passion for wanting us to kind of do our best each lesson like really comes through. So it kind of like makes us want to do even better.
So if we move into some questions now, Tom, do you want to ask them? We might stick on you, Emma, to start with, if that's okay.
Yeah, thanks guys. We have had a few questions in. The first one is, what attracted you to want to study at UCEN, and what do you like about UCEN Manchester now that you're here?
So I found out about this course when I auditioned for the BA at the Arden in the acting BA, and I was referred to audition to here. So that's how I found out about it. But when I met Kerry, I just remember her being, because I've said already how passionate she is, that kind of enthusiasm. You get it. I had it in my teachers from like school and stuff, but it was such a kind of fresh take on for me, and how like teachers viewed kind of acting and like the industry, and Kerry being part of the industry herself, I think was a great kind of like thing for me to see someone who's been there, knows what she's talking about. And I think as well, like being in Manchester, I think it's a great city. There's loads of stuff going on, even despite like COVID and stuff. Like there's still stuff that kind of can happen around here. I think that was also something that attracted me to UCEN.
Yeah, I think I found out about auditioning for the three-year degree course with the Arden, and then I was referred to here because we thought I needed a bit more training before going into the 3-year course, which I completely understand because I hadn't had that before. I'd only done dance as a hobby in a way outside of my studies. So I do really appreciate that referral to here, because being here now, it's really brushed me up so far with my technique, and it's only been a few weeks. And just in them few weeks of doing, like, I've never stepped foot in a ballet class before, but being here, I think I'm slowly but surely getting there. And I'm really enjoying it, really am. And I've always said since I was younger that I wanted to be in Manchester to do uni. Didn't know what I was doing when I was younger, but wanted to be in Manchester. So being right in the centre now, it is very much what I wanted since I was younger.
I'm the same with Erin. I got referred from the degree, but like I came from being at sixth form as well, and so and for me, musical theatre was a hobby. However, it was very strong, like a strong hobby. Like I put loads of effort into it, but my worry was constantly that I'm not going to feel good enough or what have you. And as soon as I came here, it just felt like I had like a home, and I felt comfortable here, and I felt like I could definitely show myself doing the worst technique, the worst jump, as I do in nearly every lesson. But by the end of it, you've got it down and you've definitely improved. So that's the main thing that I think UCEN definitely helped me with.
Excellent, thanks guys. The next question is how you felt on the first day of your course.
Yeah. So on the first day, like from the get-go, I felt really comfortable because I think it was the week before, we had a freshers week, so online obviously due to the circumstances, and we were given our timetable and stuff, so we were all like really well equipped with what we needed to do or to bring or whatever for our first lesson. And from the get-go, you could tell it was going to be a very intense year because the first lesson was fitness, so you can imagine put us through the ringer on the first day. But it just really outlines what you were going to do for the year and made the class as a whole very comfortable, as well as meeting all your teachers as well. So yeah, I think it's more excitement with good amount of nerves, not scary nerves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first day for me was mainly just excitement. Like I was finally getting to do fully what I wanted to do. And when you get in and everyone's so lovely to you, like as soon as everyone found out that they were on this course, they were all like wanting to get to know each other, and like everyone's so motivated to do so well. So everyone's gonna big each other up. They're gonna make sure like we're all cheering each other on when we're in lessons, just because we want to make sure that everyone feels so comfortable, so like excited to be there. So that's what made the first day so easy for me.
Yeah, I was really excited as well. I think with COVID and stuff, like it was even a bigger thing for me to be able to like come into a building, and obviously like with restrictions and stuff, like still like we're socially distancing, but in terms of being able to be in a building like face to face with teachers and people in our classes and stuff, I was just really excited to actually be able to do that. Yeah.
Excellent. And the next question is what you're all looking to pursue once you finish your course.
So after here, hopefully, well, this is a long run, hopefully want to teach or work with kids and basically share my passion for dance with other people through entertainment, hopefully put a smile on a few people's faces. But hopefully working abroad for a bit, because I did do Spanish A-level as well, so bringing in two things that you love into a career is hopefully the goal. Whether I do that after this year, if I feel up to maybe applying for places abroad, if we can get there, fingers crossed, and apply for some maybe teaching jobs abroad, or if I feel like I do want more of the uni experience and more training, going through more auditions through the year to then go on to a degree course.
Yeah, I definitely, in my first thing was I just want to perform. This is what I want to do. So whatever's going to get me there, I want to do. So next year I want to apply and audition to get into a degree. But any way I can perform, I want to do. And I think that's like whatever it is, the goal is for everybody just to do something, whether that's you want to do teaching or whether you want to actually perform, be on like the West End or be in a dance company. It's just managing to get yourself there, and that's what everyone's sort of making everyone like pushing each other like you can do it. You know what I mean? That's what's good.
Yeah, I want to go on to a degree level as well at drama school, do BA in acting, and then after that hopefully go into more theatre work. Obviously with COVID at the moment that's looking less and less likely, but in terms of kind of getting my foot in the industry, and something I found on doing the acting course actually is I've realised I do actually really like acting for TV and film, so we have that as a class, so potentially looking at that as well.
Brilliant, lots of options to explore there. Just a few more questions left. The next one is, how have the tutors impacted your experience?
Obviously you work with like a big range of tutors because you've got so many different sectors of your course, which is probably more for MT as well. But working with so many different styles of dance as well, you're going to be with different tutors, and each one of the tutors are really helpful in helping you work on a technique, and especially on them days where you're just frustrated and you can't pick something up, they are there to support you. Or if you just need to drop them an email to ask about any theory work or something like that, there is a very strong support network, and they do make everyone feel really comfortable within the class. So if you ever need help, you do know there is someone there to talk to. You're not on your own, basically.
Yeah, just reiterating what you just said, like literally you feel as though you could go to them at any time and ask them anything, like even if it's not to do with the course at all, it's just to do with something that you're dealing with, or because like if you have personal issues, it's going to pull you back, but they just want to sort that and push you so that you can get to where you want to be. And the teachers have just made it so, like a good personal connection with each student. It's not like in like sixth form where you're like, oh, I'm not going to get this role because they've got a favourite. Yeah. They're always going to give an equal amount to every student, so you're going to feel comfortable no matter what.
Yeah, I think to reiterate that, like all the tutors invest their time into you, no matter like what lesson. And I think something that's been really nice as well is we've had one-to-ones with Kerry, and that's kind of like at the start of the year, like setting out what you want to do, kind of what the next step is. And I think that again comes into the support system that they've all the tutors have for all the students.
Brilliant. Just a couple more questions left, so if anyone does have any more, please do put them in the chat box on the right hand side of the screen. But our next question is, someone's asking what the benefits are of the 1-year course.
I think the 1-year course is beneficial to anyone going into performing arts, because even if you've gone through previous training or you haven't, going through this 1-year course is going to brush up any skills that you already have or develop ones that maybe you don't. So for me personally, it's the right course for me, I think, at this right time, because I've only been trained in commercial and street dance. So if someone threw me into a jazz job, I would not be able to keep up with them all. So being able to go and explore different styles of dance and get a good understanding of them all and be able to perform and become a well-rounded performer before even going on to a degree course is really good for you as a performer, as well as building up your confidence, obviously.
Yeah, it's really brilliant. Like I didn't know what I didn't really know what to expect, because different places have different things. Obviously, a lot of people have hearsay or what have you. This place is bad, that place is good. So, and to me, I was like, I don't want to listen to anybody. And as soon as I came here and I came and did this course, I realised that this is actually amazing for anybody, even if they are wanting to go to a degree as the main focus. But if you need some serious dance training, you're already in a job. Like we've already got like Josh on the course, who's a singer on the circuits, and he's needing that extra dance training technique, and it just helps anybody. It really, no matter what level you are, they're going to be able to push you in some way, shape or form.
Yeah, I think it, like as the guys said, like it sets you up ready for the industry or for auditions, which I think is really important. And I think for acting, but this probably applies to dance and MT as well, like you kind of realise who you are as a performer, so that kind of like your strengths, your weaknesses, like what you could do to improve on them, and then also kind of like your selling point. So we've looked a bit of like casting and how that comes into play with choosing our monologues and stuff like that. So it's been really helpful.
Excellent. And the last question so far is how you have managed your time between study, work and your personal life.
Well, at the minute, it's very hard to have a personal life with 10 o'clock curfew. But honestly, because the course is so intense on dance, obviously it is for acting and musical theatre as well, but you're pushing your body so far, you need time to be able to just like let your body rest and your mind rest, because you're constantly on the go basically in the day. So being able to go home and just make good food, keep your body healthy basically, not living off pot noodles, and having a good rest is like the main priority. So if you can balance your time between lessons, resting your body, and then seeing friends, obviously, because you'd go mad without like a personal life. So you've just basically got to prioritize well. You just got to know where your focus is lying to be able to have that good balance and not burn out.
Yeah, on MT, you've got all your three different disciplines and every single little bit inside of it. So you've always got like loads to do, and it's not like it's always physical. There's loads, like if you're doing monologues, you can be sat in your room and doing them. You don't need to be in the studio or with a certain partner. And so you do need to work on making sure that you set the time to do this, and this. However, at the same time, as long as you manage your time correctly, you can still see your friends and stuff like that. And because you're here and you're with people who are like-minded, they all want to do the same sort of thing. So they're still motivated to do the work, but they still can have a bit of fun, whether that's going to extra classes or going out for a drink.
So we just have had one last minute question come in, and it's when you finish the 1 year course, are you going to graduate?
After the 1 year course, you will get a HNC, so Higher National Certificate, I think that stands for. Yeah, so then throughout the year, you're going to audition for other places as well. So it's kind of a graduation.
You do have a graduation at the end of the year, whether that's you're going on to do a degree or whether you're going to go either into the industry or whether you're having a completely different change, but you still do have a graduation at the end of the year.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys. Thanks to Erin, Alex, Emma, Rebecca and Kerry. That was a very informative session. And thanks to everyone who's joined us this evening. We have got further events, including the Future You Student Support Drop-ins running until Thursday. So visit our website, ucenmanchester.ac.uk/online open days to register for any other sessions. If you'd like to apply to UCEN Manchester for 2021, you can visit our website to find your future course and hit apply now. And you can also find us on UCAS by searching UCEN Manchester. All this information is in the chat box with a few links as well. So we hope everyone has a lovely evening, and thanks again for joining us.
Thanks everyone.
Bye.